When people talk about the Second Amendment, the conversation usually turns into an argument. Some say it's about militias. Some say it's about personal protection. Some say it's outdated. But before we argue, we need to understand what it actually protects. The Second Amendment says, "A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed." Now here's the key, the right of the people. That same phrase is used in the First Amendment and the Fourth Amendment, and in those cases, it clearly means individuals. So the protection here is not just about a group, it includes you as an individual citizen. But it doesn't stop there. Keep and bear arms. Keep means to own. Bear means to carry. That's what's being protected, the ability for citizens to possess and carry weapons. Now here's where my experience comes in. As someone who served, I was trained to use weapons with discipline, purpose, and accountability. Weapons weren't toys. They weren't about ego. They were about responsibility. That's something the founders understood. They had just fought a war against a powerful government. They knew what it meant to defend freedom, not just with words, but with force if necessary. So they didn't write the Second Amendment for hunting. They didn't write it for sport. They wrote it to ensure that the people would never be completely powerless. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine a situation where law enforcement cannot respond in time. A person has the right to defend themselves and their family. That's part of what this amendment protects. Another example. Think about national emergencies, natural disasters, civil unrest. There are moments when systems break down. In those moments, the ability to protect yourself becomes real, not theoretical. And then there's the bigger picture, the idea that a free people should never be completely dependent on government for their safety. That's not about rebellion. It's about balance. Now let me be clear. The Second Amendment protects a right, but it does not remove responsibility. Just like free speech doesn't protect threats. This doesn't protect reckless or harmful use. Rights and responsibility always go together. And from a military perspective, that's something we understood every day. You don't carry a weapon without training, you don't use it without discipline, and you don't forget the weight of that responsibility. So when we ask, what does the Second Amendment protect? It protects the right of individuals to own and carry arms. It protects the ability to defend yourself. And whether people agree or disagree, that conversation should start with understanding, not assumptions.